And now on to Final Buzzer. It was a quiet week for NYIT sports. The basketball teams only had one game each against the University of the District of Columbia. The women's team entered the contest at 17-5, riding a two-game losing streak. But the Bears got off to a good start in this one with Zoe Amelbear's three-pointer to put the Bears up by 8. To the second quarter, it's Ketia Athias underneath, finishing at the rim. She's been on a tear lately, recently named to the ECAC D2 Player of the Month for the month of January. Later in the quarter, Tiara Place hitting a three. She would finish with 15 points off the bench. Still in the second quarter, Frierson can't hit the three, but there's Meg Nolmeyer underneath to clean it up. Final seconds of the first half. Triptree turns the corner all the way to the rim and puts the Bears up by 13. And the Bears started to run away with this one in the second half. Amelbear in the corner again, hits another three. Later in the quarter, it's Ketia Athias with a jump hook. She would finish with a career-high 18 points en route to a commanding 75-49 victory. The Bears sit in third place in the ECC with just 5 games remaining. As for the second game of the doubleheader between the men's teams, the Bears were looking to snap their 5-game losing streak, while UDC came into the game in 7th place in the league and battling for the final playoff spot. Well, Marcus St. Furcy caught fire early on in this one with 3 threes in the first half. He would finish with a game-high 21 points. On to the second half, it's Zaire Porter nailing a three, giving the Bears their largest lead of the game, 22 points. However, the Firebirds would not go quietly. It's Kevin Cox finds Kerry Kirkwood on the interior for the layup. Next possession, down to a 9-point game. Porter turns it over, and it's Juanye Colon, the freshman, and one. His foul shot would make it a 6-point game. Less than a minute later, it's Kevin Cox underneath with the reverse layup, and this is down to a 1-point game. Ensuing possession, Cologne for the lead. Cox the follow, no. Cox again, giving UDC their first lead of the game. Just seconds later, it's Kevin Cox again from downtown, and it's a 4-point lead for UDC. But now a tie game, under 2 minutes left. Kerry Kirkwood nails a three to give UDC a 3-point lead. Bears need a stop, 1 minute left. Kirkwood comes up big again for the Firebirds in the clutch. The icing on the cake of a 22-point comeback for UDC. The Bears fall to 2-20 on the season, but they have a chance to rebound at Roberts Wesleyan Friday night. And that will be a part of a doubleheader with the women's team as well. In other news, the baseball and softball teams had their first pitch dinner on Monday night at the Chateaubriand in Carle Place, where it was announced that NYIT will retire former head coach Bob Hirschfield's number 19. Hirschfield was the head coach for 29 seasons before retiring in 2011 with over 600 career wins. Frank Catalanato was also announced as the new baseball head coach. Catalanato is a native of Long Island and played 14 years in the major leagues. As for softball, Katie Apostolopoulos was introduced as the new head coach. Apostolopoulos played 4 years at Kutztown, where she helped lead her team to a Division II national championship game appearance as a senior in 2013. And finally, the men's lacrosse team opens up their season against Palm Beach Atlantic down in Florida on Thursday night. The Bears were ranked 7th in the nation in the preseason coaches poll and have not lost a conference game in over 2 years, so it should be a fun season for the Bears. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Final Buzzer. I'm John Piersos, and I'll see you next week. Have a good night.